Today we're going to talk about subtraction of integers. We're going to again use the number line to show subtraction. So we're going to start with 6 minus 8. And it looks simple, but I want to remind you, don't switch the order. Please don't do 8 minus 6 and say, oh, the answer is 2, because it's not. So it's sort of like you have $6 and then you owe 8, so you have to pay someone 8. You don't have 2 after that. You have negative $2. So let's look at it on a number line. We'll start at 6, just like we did with adding. And then that negative 8 means that it's going in the opposite direction. So we're going to go left and 8 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to end up at negative 2. So let's try another one. Again, 5 minus 6. I'm going to start at 5, and then I'm going to move left 6 spaces. And our answer will be negative 1. About 3 minus 6. Yep, we start at positive 3. We move left 6. So your answer would be negative 3. 5 minus 10, we start at positive 5, move to the left 10, so your answer would be negative 5. 4 minus 6, start at positive 4, move to the left 6, and then your answer is negative 2. So this one's a little different in that we're going to start on the negative side. So we're going to start at negative 5. And then we're going to move to the left 2. And so we will get negative 7. Let's try one. Negative 2 minus 2. We'll start at negative 2. And then we'll move left 2 spaces. And we will get negative 4. Again, this one's a little different. We have a lot of negatives here. The key thing, this one's a little different because when you have minus a negative, it's almost like having that double negative in language arts where they cancel each other out. So this basically means you're going like the opposite direction because of the double negatives. So here we'll start at negative 4, but then instead of going left 8, we're going to go right 8 because of those double negatives. Okay, so our answer in this case would have been 4. So basically, it's the key piece is to always watch when you have those negatives. They have to be right next to each other like this, and then they cancel each other out and really just become a positive. So try this one. So again, you start at negative 4. And so we would start here, and then those double negatives mean that we are moving, or a minus a negative means we're moving to the right 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our answer would be 2. So this one, you try it first. So negative 3 minus negative 6. And then we would start at negative 3. And then because of the minus and negative, we're going to move to the right 6 times. And we would get 3. So notice this question. If you look at the last one, you start at negative 3 and you add 6, basically. So it's really the same exact question as this one, which is negative 3 plus 6. So that will sort of help us start thinking about what the rule might be when we're subtracting. So when we are subtracting, you rewrite it as an addition problem and change the sign of the number after the subtraction. So before we talk about what I mean by that big long rule, I do want to point out that I don't mind if whatever you use, whatever method for solving these works for you. I showed you the number line, and we're going to talk about the rule, so you You can use either of those at any point. You could also use like counters if you used those last year. But whatever works, I want you to use that. I'm just offering you suggestions. So looking at the rule, what that means is that if we have a problem like this, and this is really the best time to use the rule, and so you're going to change the subtraction to a positive, and then you're also going to change this number's sign. So if it's negative, you're going to change it to a positive. And then you just use the rules for adding with integers. So in this case, you would subtract them, and since 8 is bigger, it would be 4. Here's another example of using that rule. You can rewrite the problem. Here we keep the first one the same. We change this to addition, and we change the positive 7 to a negative 7. And then again, you're just using the rules for adding. So you would, since the signs are the same, you add them and you keep that negative sign. So we're going to try a couple where you rewrite them. Oh, no, we're going to look at the rules. This might be a good rule, by the way, to write down in your notes. So you might want to pause it here. And now we're going to try a couple on together. So first I want you to rewrite it. So again, you would rewrite it as this would stay the same, minus changes to plus, and then positive changes to negative, and then solve it, and you would get negative 18. Here's another one, so rewrite it. And when you do, this would stay the same. Subtraction changes to addition, negative changes to positive. And that would be 17. And then here you would, subtraction changes to addition, negative changes to positive, and then you would add those and get 0. This one, that stays the same. Subtraction changes to addition, and positive changes to negative. Good. Let's try some. You can use whatever method you would like on this one. So again, if you don't have these written into your notes, I would copy down this set of rules and now go practice. Have a great day.